Well, hello there. Just wanted to put together a video for my buddy Jordan about the Heusinkveld Pro pedals and it's just sort of how they work. So, apologize for the view. It's kind of hard in a space-constrained environment to get the pedals just perfect in the camera, but I'll show you the inputs first. So, when you push on the gas, it has this nice slow ramp up, and you have just a lot of minute pressure details that you can do. And even if you slam on the gas, it still slower builds up than some pedals. It's not necessarily an on-off switch, which I've seen some pedals do. And then with my clutch, and I'll try to move my foot out, it has a little basket, so at the very end of the range. So I don't currently have the clutch pedal mapped, so you're not going to see it for this car. But then we've got the brake pedal, and so the brake just has this nice progressive feel to it. So based on how much pressure you put on it, it works as such. And one particular thing to iRacing is that you use a program called DiView, which is here, in order to configure these things. And so to do this, you need to go to this raw data tab. And so you'll go to each pedal. So for example, this is the gas pedal here. So what you want to do is get a pen and paper and write down what the raw number here is at the bottom and at the very end of the pedal range. I like to just hit about like 98% around here with this pedal, because otherwise when you map it in the sim it might not show you all the data. So anyways, you'd record both of those scores, and then let's see, you go to this calibration pane and you put in your minimum. I have a little bit of dead zone at the beginning too, so that if I accidentally graze my foot on it, and then so you have your minimum and your max, and what you do to get this center number is you add the minimum and max together and you divide by 2, or what your average is. So you do the same thing for your clutch pedal. So with the clutch pedal, I actually have it so that it hits 100% as soon as the catch or the disc simulation hits. Mostly to keep me from missing shifts, because once you hit that escape thing, that's really the end of the pedal. And then with the brake, I actually have it set so in the sim so that I have a little bit of a dead zone here. I need to go to I need I need to view the raw data there. Sorry about my crew chief. Let me go ahead and turn him off as well. Where is my crew chief? There it is. All right, after you update that. Okay, so I have good dead zone that starts around 3,000 something, and then you can really ramp this pedal all the way up to the max, and then same here. And so by doing this, you're really calibrating windows to make this work. So if we go to the properties tab here, you can see that although the raw score might be different, it calibrates it as if it's a joystick in Windows and has it within the mappable range. So anyways, there's also spots to hook up your own button box to it, but it requires a little bit of electronic work, if you will. So anyways, let's close out of this. So now the tricky thing with iRacing is that when you map your pedals, you now come into this, and so it's actually using the raw score down here and the positions. So remember I said I had a little bit of dead zone in it. I actually like to, in particular with this pedal, since I didn't map enough at the end where the soft spot is, I don't want it to be at 105 to be full throttle, because there's sort of a soft stop at the end of it. So let's go ahead and hit reset for this guy. And so what I like to do is I like to hit about 96 on my positional sensor, and then I like to let out right around, I don't know, 0.5% or so. Oh, I might have goofed that up a little bit, but brake pedal is not detected. Well, that's not true. All right, so then the brake pedal, full range, and then, as I said before, I like a little bit of dead zone in it, so I try to stop around 0.5% there. And you could mess with your numbers a little bit more in DiView because that percentage is based on what you mapped in DiView. So, and then for the clutch, I'm actually using a hand clutch on my Fanatic wheel. So there's that, and I'm just going to drive a little bit so you can see the inputs as well, which is in the center screen. Put the gloves on. A little bit hot in that turn. But anyways, I couldn't say better things about these pedals. They've really improved my iRating, my consistency, being able to ease into the throttle a little bit. So all around they're just excellent as I go off the track. Well, you know, I can't walk and chew gum, so that just kind of happens. Glad that I didn't ruin that guy's lap either. Alright, well, so anyways, I highly recommend these pedals, Jordan. I think you should definitely get them. Definitely happy to answer any more questions about how to configure them and whatnot. So anyways, talk to you soon.